Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of our More Than Market series. My name is June Zimmer, Vice President of ESG Advisory at NEI Investments, and I'm thrilled to join you again today. On April 7th, the federal government presented its annual budget in the House of Commons. From an ESG perspective, there are key budget items that I'd like to discuss in brief today, with a focus on environmental and climate-related commitments. From an environmental perspective, we were watching for plans and investments that promote environmental stewardship and to support the transition to net zero through various climate commitments. We saw 4 areas identified in the budget that seek to address just that. Today, we will explore several measures to reduce transportation-related emissions by making zero-emission vehicles more affordable, as well as support for clean electricity as a key component of infrastructure. Oceans and freshwater are also a key area on investment, along with clean technology in support of net zero. So let's get into it. In terms of support for zero emissions vehicles, the Government of Canada has committed to supporting Canadians, businesses, and the necessary infrastructure to transition to electric vehicles. At the individual level for Canadians, incentives totaling $1.7 billion over the next 5 years will be in place to extend the Incentives for Zero Emissions Vehicles program. Additionally, another $547.5 million over the next 4 years will be spent to launch a new program for businesses to upgrade their medium to heavy duty vehicle fleets to electric vehicles as well. Finally, to support the infrastructure required to move Canadians to electric vehicles, federal funding is also committed to building a national network of charging stations for electric vehicles. As key component to maximizing the efficiency of electric vehicles is that of access to clean electricity. To this end, the federal government has committed to ongoing support of clean electricity projects, such as interprovincial electricity transmission projects and small modular reactors. Some of this work is already in place with the Atlantic Loop and Prairie Link projects. In this budget, $250 million over 4 years has been committed to this ongoing development. An additional $600 million has been allocated to smart renewables and renewable electricity and grid modernization initiatives over the next 7 years. And $25 million have been put in place for regional initiatives at the provincial and territorial level to develop net zero energy plans. In terms of oceans and freshwater, an additional $2 billion in funding will be allocated over the next 9 years to renew and expand the Oceans Protection Plan. A new Canada Water Agency will be created and launched in 2022 with a total commitment of $43.5 million in funding over the next 5 years. The Freshwater Action Plan will receive $19.6 million in funding. The Experimental Lakes area will receive $25 million over 5 years, and the Great Lakes Fishery Commission will see $44.9 million in funding over 5 years as well. Clean technology is another major area of priority in the budget. The budget introduces a proposed investment tax credit of up to 30% that focuses on net zero technologies, battery storage solutions, and clean hydrogen. The Department of Finance has committed to engaging with experts to shape the details of this tax credit, and an update on this is anticipated in the 2022 Fall Economic Update. From an NEI perspective, there is much to be excited about under these climate commitments. Our focus is on supporting the transition to net zero through investment solutions that support the transition, like our Clean Infrastructure Fund and our ESG engagement program. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope that you found today's budget review from an ESG perspective helpful. Watch for next week's edition of our More Than Market series. And as always, please reach out to your NEI representative with any questions. Thank you, everybody, and stay well.